Three Queens, One Camera. We want to do a little Q&A for you guys right now. We had several of you guys reach out to us and ask us questions or like give us topics of what we should talk about. So we want to address the questions for y'all.
We basically did a poll, had people ask questions, so these could range. There is no like specific topic. We just wanted to appreciate you guys and your feedback by acknowledging your questions. Awesome. So our first question is hilarious. Why can't women decide what they are eating? He just lets his wife starve. The last time a woman chose to eat something, she damned the whole world. You saw Adam and Eve's story.
I'm telling you,
it's never meant for us to
probably
choose.
not a good idea. That would choose.
The apple is
That's kind of true though,
it's
low key.
hard.
I feel like, I was gonna say, I really think it's a greed factor because we want everything. So it's really hard to be like, I just want this because we probably want 3 different things on one plate. So
3 different places.
Yeah. Right. That would annoy the hell out of y'all too. So I feel like it's a lose-lose situation.
Right. Then they pick some place and then we're like, it tastes.
Oh, that's the best. You're like, it doesn't matter, babe. It doesn't matter. All right, I'm going here. Anything but that.
Yeah.
Like, what's that? So to answer his question, by nature we're just indecisive as fuck because we want everything, and we want you to know that we want everything. And when we say no, we really mean yes, but it depends on the yes, and we're just confusing fucking human beings.
There you have it.
There you have it. We said it.
So find someone that's worth going through the confusion with because you're probably not going to get out of it.
Don't starve your wife. Why? First of all, why is she letting you starve her? Right. Keys.
Postmates.
Your credit card.
There's too many apps available for food delivery. Too many apps.
I think we need to have to talk with your wife. Next quote. This is gonna be great.
Okay.
If a man made enough money to support you, could you be a sister wife?
No.
Fuck no.
I'm selfish.
I
Ain't no way, Sway.
But he paying all the things.
He buying burgers. Want to share?
I feel like no, because I just feel like there's too many men out here that will pay for everything that don't want me to be a sister wife. So
True.
nah, sorry. That's not appealing enough for me to be like, sure.
Yeah.
Nah.
You? I don't really see that as being an option just because I have never been in that. Like, I'm not opposed to a lot of things, but I don't know, just because you're able to stabilize my pockets doesn't mean that it's going to be the best situation.
Yeah, like emotionally, I could be fucking dehydrated.
Yeah.
Dehydrated. Super.
There's all these things that I feel like, as my dude, I need from you, and it's not just financial stability.
Right.
So,
yeah. And it's kind of like, throwing money at you, that's what you really want.
Like I'm a body.
Yeah. So, get in line with these wives.
Right.
Like,
Nah.
We take, especially us three, I feel like we have our own shit, you know, so I kind of feel like I wouldn't be, that's not enough.
No. But if we all were to find a husband that wanted to pay us, I'd sleep with you guys.
Leave it up to Sean.
Just saying. Like, girl, you got him on Tuesday night? Because I've been horny for the past I'll join. Like, it's whatever. Next question.
There you have it.
Okay. Where's the line drawn between applying pressure and being thirsty / disrespectful when pursuing a girl?
That's a really good question.
Yes, that was...
Okay, Not yet.
Coming soon. By the way, a bunch of dudes ask these questions.
Yeah.
Could be any.
A lot of guys too who ask me stuff, which is great. Honestly, I feel like anytime something's not warranted, I feel like, you know what I mean? Like, it immediately is thirsty. Immediately. But I also feel like there's a way to approach or to respond, if that makes sense. You know, like, I feel like for a man, because they don't know, maybe, we need to be a little bit more vocal about it. Like, if they come at you wrong, to say, like, that's not how you approach me. That's not how you get me, to be attracted to you. And I think maybe they would shift their approach, but I honestly feel like they do the shit because women have allowed them to do the shit. So, like, they move, how we've allowed them to move.
Yeah, or that's just how they've normally done things, and that's all they know.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
like you said, like women allow them to talk to them that way, so that's all that they know to do. So when they come across a woman that's intelligent, beautiful, has her life going together, that has her life together, you know what I mean? And they think it's okay, they think it's normal.
Right.
And then when we correct them on it, they're like, this is not how you, like, the way I'm talking to you. Like, no, it's not.
Bro.
Like, who raised you?
It's actually a turn off.
It is.
Thirsty.
Yeah.
But he asked, like, what's the line? I feel like as a man, I feel like maybe that line's different for every female.
Yeah.
So I think it's important that maybe you talk to her first and you can ask simple questions, you know what I mean?
Right.
You don't have to I feel like you guys immediately go to thirst and it's like, fuck, like there's no preliminary.
Hey, good morning, beautiful. Damn, trusting this dick dude.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you could, to me, being straight up is the best way. I feel like no matter what, because you telling me your intentions from the get will allow me to give you the most truthful answer, like whether or not I want that from you or I don't want that from you. Because if I say I don't want it from you and then you persist, now you're being thirsty.
Yes.
Right? But if I don't ever tell you that because you never give me the opportunity, then it's just up in the fucking air at this point. Like, we'll figure it out when I block you or I don't block you. You know what I mean? Like, then it's all extreme.
Yeah.
So.
Now, also, if the woman is giving mixed signals as a dude, you need to let that be straight up too, because some women want to be chased, some women just like flirting, blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, it's like, it depends on, if this is internet thirst, maybe that won't go too far. But if I'm in front of you and now it's like, should I put my arm around you, should I not? Then you want to get some clear understanding because you want everything to be consensual.
Yeah.
That's the key.
And there are toxic women out there that play into that shit and will try to freaking get y'all caught up. So it's important. Yeah, it's important that you watch out for you look out for yourself ultimately, you know what I mean? So just be upfront.
That part. So I hope that answered the question. All right, next one, pretty much along the same lines, is how would you like to be approached?
So personally, how would you like to be approached?
In a respectful manner. I would prefer somebody to approach me like the queen that I am and just be like, hey, sweetheart, kind of get to know you.
So you want to be straightforward.
Yeah, be direct and not beat around the bush about it. If you only want one thing, say that and then I can move accordingly. If you genuinely want to get to know me, let me know. I feel like we're too old for the games and to be just kind of one foot in, one foot out. It's like either you want it or you don't, and for me, I like to let guys know up front, like, okay, this is what I want. I'm looking for a man. I'm looking for a relationship. I'm looking to grow and learn from somebody that I can build with and grow with. Those are the things that I'm looking for. But if that's not where you are, or you don't think that, because a lot of guys nowadays, they're like, oh, I just want to see where things go, or, and I'm like, no. I don't want to just see where things are going to go. I want to know that you're in this, and that we're both going to be in this together on the same page, going hopefully at the same pace, Yeah. Like, if I'm all in, and then you're like, I'm just still feeling it out. I'm like, that lets me know we're not on the same page, and I'm liable to get hurt. And it's just like, what do you do? So I would prefer somebody to be upfront with me and let me know their intentions instead of beating around the bush playing games.
I'm usually the predator.
Yeah, I was like the aggressor.
Get over here.
It's
like Rasputin. You got a girlfriend? You do now.
Sean. You got a girlfriend?
Can't she beat me up? No. So I've always been the one to say like, oh, I want that. I'm gonna go get that.
Yeah.
So as far as approach, I don't think I've ever really had anyone approach me in the way that I would have like preferred it. But yeah, same idea. A dude that I've been approached. Unfortunately, it might not have been the dude that I wanted approaching me.
Right.
But
Always that.
it's always, they always know how to get at you. But you be like,
But
you
they're like, but you not the one.
I want the
Sorry.
emotionally unstable one over here.
Let's go fuck my life
That's
up.
what I
Oh,
want
him.
him to be the charmer.
Yeah.
But no. So I feel like when it comes to approach, I like for someone to initially get at me by getting to know me like a friend, and just genuinely fill out if they want to go that route and just ask questions. I love to be face to face on and be like, so what is it that you're looking for? What are your intents with like us or just in general?
Yeah.
What are you looking for? What's going on with you?
Right.
That way you can kind of gauge based on how I'm answering, because I'm a very straightforward person. I'll be like, look, I like you. And I want you. So you gonna give it an easy way or the hard way? Trust
Oh, I'm gonna take it. Sean will take it, bro. Sean will take it, bro. Like, I would not be surprised if you get like a rape case. Like, she for sure took it. Oh, for sure. Don't put me on the stand. I'll be like, nah, that's Sean
First
for
of all,
sure.
the definition of rape is that I have to have something to insert into this man, and I don't do that.
Oh.
Unless he wants.
I was like,
But
oh. I wasn't sure if you did. I was like, it was open. It was on the table. Don't judge me here. I wasn't sure. Whatever Sean does,
Apparently, whatever I'm gonna insert
whatever
into
Sean
this
is
man
okay
to-
with doing. That's what's on the table. Nothing was off. Nothing was off limits. Nothing.
we haven't even gotten 5 questions deep, and I already got a rape case.
She
You
said
said
she's
you
gonna
take
take it.
it.
Right.
In the most respectful way.
Yeah.
But again, as far as approach is concerned, I'm usually the one to go get it anyway. So you'll know. You will know.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm really shy. Like, I prefer to be approached, because if I see a hot guy across the way, I'm like, oh, he cute. And I'm my own business. I'm like, okay, if he need to be looking at me, I'm like, all right, are you gonna make a move, or are you just gonna sit there? Because I'm not moving. You know, and I usually don't. They usually are the ones that approach me.
Hi, I'm Sean.
That way.
That way.
Like, oh, you didn't see me look. I saw you looking, but you didn't come over here, so my area.
Like, I'm a little bit of both of y'all. Because I definitely have been at a point where I wasn't afraid to approach a guy, and it just was what it was. But I do feel like if I am approached, I'm very much like you. I need it to be direct, because I don't like gray area. I feel like there's already so much gray area that happens later on. Like, I feel like let's not start off with it. So if we can be as clear as possible, I feel like it's a better setup for less, confusion down the line. If you come at me with confusion, I already feel like that's a recipe for disaster. So it's gonna be very hard for me to just like go in trusting you, because I feel like you weren't really being totally honest from the jump. So I feel like if you're gonna approach me, you need to approach me respectfully, and I don't like cat calls. That annoys the fuck out of me. That annoys me. But
hey, yo, bitch. Hey.
yeah,
I've had guys who go like, hey, yo, shorty with the green jacket. I'm like, first of all, you're not gonna talk to me like that.
And my thing is like, why are you yelling at me? If you don't think that I'm worth you walking up to, and like you already lost me.
Yeah, leg day though. He's sore. I'm just kidding.
What gets me the most, I had 2 guys walk on the beach, and they were like, hey, what your name is? I looked around, I said, who are you talking to?
Yeah.
What your name is and how old is you? I said, wait a minute, hold up. Like, what school did you go to? And who raised you? Because
For real.
that is not how you
If
approach
you talk,
somebody.
like especially the first time, like
Bro.
that's your first impression.
Yes,
So I
and
feel like
I'm
if you
turned
come
off.
at me all sideways,
All
that's
the
the
way.
first thing I think about you, and
Ew.
probably how I'm gonna leave thinking about you. Like
Never.
he was hella
So
ignorant.
disgusting. Yeah, I was like,
Ignorant.
there's no way.
Yeah, ignorant.
I was like, my family would be like, why?
Whose man's is this?
Yeah, no,
Right.
real talk. So yeah, you gotta approach me with more. My thing is how you approach me also lets me know how you view me. You know what I mean? So if you can be disrespectful, then I feel like that's how much you feel like I'm worth. Like, why would I even subject myself to, wasting the time? So a lot of y'all men get dissed on the approach because she's already like, bro, you're not even, holding me. Yeah, like, what do you think this is, bro? So yeah.
So going back to how we were talking about how guys approach you and how we each have different ways of handling it. So when I was on the East Coast, me and my homegirl were there, and there was this very attractive guy that I did come across, but I was like, I'm not about to. I was already in my feelings. I was upset about some other stuff, so we're there, and I'm already upset because I gotta wait in line for drinks. I'm like, I don't want to wait in line for a drink. I just want to be able to go to the bar, get a drink, whatever. So I'm over there, I'm chilling, and I look over, and there's this guy like sitting literally across the way, and he's just like, and I was like, my rude ass. I was like, what are you looking at?
Right.
You know, mind your business. And so I'm like doing my own thing. So we had to end up going and standing in front of, well, he was sitting down. We had to go stand in line. In the back of the line was where he was sitting. So I'm walking over there, and my purse accidentally bumps him. I was like, my bad, I'm sorry. He's like, oh, no worries, you good. And I was like, okay, cool. You know, and then so I don't know how it started, but he ended up, you know, sparking up a conversation. And, you know, what's your name? Where are you from? And then so as I'm closer to him and I'm in a different headspace, I'm like looking at him, I'm like, all right, kind of cute. All right, no, cool. So like, you can talk to him, Shay, be nice, don't be so closed off. And so we started talking or whatever. And long story short, we had a good connection, and we sat and talked for a couple hours, you know, in a threesome. No, not in a threesome.
The first thing you want to do in a threesome is talk. Between you and Sean, I don't know.
Not in a threesome.
I'm raising your threesome.
Listen, sister wives, threesomes.
Not in a threesome.
I'll be trying to make this family like friendly, but
It's
it's
not
not happening. It's
wrong,
never
bro.
gonna happen.
It's
Ever.
Yeah, so we weren't in a physical sexual threesome. It was more of a 3-person party. Oh,
But it was like organic. That's the point. It was
very
organic. It
organic.
wasn't just like.
He wasn't like trying to make a move on me. He wasn't like, oh, you know, so let me take you here. You want to come to this after party at 5? No, bro. Like, it was super
Right.
chill. Like, let me just get to know you, and here's my number. I'm like, cool. All right. You know, just some good vibes, and I like that. So that's how I would prefer to be approached, and that situation kind of opened my eyes to bigger.
Oh my god.
Anyway, next.
Next question.
Next question.
I didn't get them, but
All right, well,
sorry.
wasted all that time. What will allow you to let your guard down for a potential man?
Consistency. No, real talk. I feel like because I'm a firm believer in eventually people show their true colors, right?
Yes.
I feel like if you are really truly who you are, being consistent isn't gonna be hard, you know? And that's in a good or bad way. Like if you're trash, that's gonna play out too. Like, you know what I mean? So I feel like being consistently, you know, who you say you are, if that's a good person, if that's somebody that's interested in me, then you're gonna consistently show that. And then I can rock with that, and my guard is for sure gonna be down. Like I don't think I've ever had a situation where like my guard was up and someone was being consistent. They've always been not consistent, and that's usually where I'm like, yeah, no, not fucking with you, bro. So
Yeah. Same. Like I know for like when I was back to my ex, before him, it was hard for me to let my guard down. But once I met him, like instantly when we met, I was just like, oh my god, we've known each other forever. That's how the vibe was. And say in the first 3 months of us dating, literally he knew everything about me. I knew everything about him. I was vulnerable with him. I allowed him to see all sides of me.
But why? It always is nasty. Always. But why though? Like the point is like
Because
they're asking like what would make your
I felt
guard go
comfortable. Because he also let his guard down, I feel.
Okay.
You know, he shares
reciprocated.
he shares life stories, like things that he went through growing up, and
Yeah.
you know, we just share so many intimate details about our life with one another, and we were able to be open and vulnerable with each other. So I feel like consistent. If we're both being consistent with one another, it's easier for you to just be like, okay, I can trust this person enough to let them in,
Right.
and show them different sides of me, you know, and not be so, okay, this is all you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Like, I know there's more to you. Let me rip down those layers. Like, no, like, here's me, here's my heart, here's my mind, my body, my soul. I'm gonna give it all to you. I'm gonna show you all of that. And it takes a special person in my life nowadays to be able to do that. And he did that.
He was still trash though.
With
me, I have to end it on a bad note. Facts. I also feel like, I mean, I agree, consistency. That person also being right. Sean has been all over this.
My show has, because Sean hit mine because I'm all across.
If I sit all the way back, my feet can't even touch the floor. So we're having a conundrum right now. All right. But yeah, no. So consistency and he kicked in. Sorry. So I'm like, stop. Okay. I hate everyone here. No, we don't use that word around here. Exactly. What word? No, consistency, yes. Letting your guard down and being vulnerable with me, yes. But also, I feel like I'm a pretty open book anyway. It doesn't really take that much for me to start telling you about traumatic events in my life. I just feel like, I'm not fucking special, whatever. I think my defense is more so, as you start peeling away layers, like, this is something you can deal with, because I'm good with it without you, bro. But if I really do like you, I don't feel like it really takes that much. It's just a matter of, what are you going to do with it once you have gotten to that level. Because I'm a very sarcastic person. I will joke about any and everything. And that's also one of my coping mechanisms. So if he really likes me, he's going to realize that and kind of be able to decipher, like, she's being funny. I know this something really happened to her, but she's making a joke out of it. Or, oh, she's being serious right now. So I think that once the more serious talk kicks in, then that's when he's like, gotcha, bitch. But yeah, so I think all of that ties in, but again, it doesn't really take much to get to know me, because I don't really hold myself as being one of those people like, oh, you have to get past all of this. And like, no, but I'm a fucking human being. Like, I've lived through shit, and I'm able to live my truth and tell my truth without being attached to you and your emotions. So,
I agree with that.
Goal.
Sometimes people like to use your past against you, but then that shows who they are. And
Exactly.
like, I've never done that to like a guy that I've been with, used past situations that they've been through as a weapon. That's really fucked up.
That's why your dick was little anyway.
I would never tell him that, because I don't want to be that.
All 2020, I'm not lying to you.
Your dick is small. I have for sure lied before.
I never said it was.
Like, oh yeah, this is the best sex ever.
Yeah, no, I never said that.
For the sake of not trying to kill off y'all egos, but y'all have no problem making this feel like
I just
trash.
won't do it no more.
Nah, no, I'm not trying to be petty.
No, they come like,
But I'm not lying in 2020 no more, so just be cautious, I guess.
Right. Well, let's see if I get some dick into it. Or man. What was she? Well, we will maybe we will. Maybe we won't.
If you get laid this year.
Probably. Hopefully I do. At least once.
This sounds so bad. She just wants a little. For a few minutes out of your day, fellas, you can dig down Rashay.
No.
For the cost of really nothing. She likes Crown Royal. You can just get fucked up. But
No,
I really want to get my friend some penis.
I'm really picky.
Are we gonna hold tryouts?
Yeah, I don't want
this
anybody to
shit.
Excuse me, sir. Can you wear gray sweatpants to these? Audition. How long is your time?
Bro, what if that was
levels
an
to
episode?
this.
Yes.
How long
We're
We had a
Yes.
gray sweatpants episode.
Gray sweatpants. Yes.
And we judge them from their sweatpants and their tongue. Like, they have to, like.
Do I get to interact with it? No.
No, we can't do
So
nothing.
when you be blindfolded and go.
Oh, yeah, we could just
Nothing
feel
with our
it.
nose.
My face ends up straight.
No hands
Oh yeah,
challenge.
feel it and see who's who's. Like, I think this one belongs to Ben. Or where?
This one belongs to me.
This one belongs to John.